Hey friends, Rob Phoenix Hexameister here. Hope you're all doing well. Saturday, September 20th. Tomorrow is the very last day of summer. And then autumn begins officially on Monday. In my mind, it's been fall for like 3 weeks now, but um, strange weekend. I know it's only Saturday, well, the weekend's only 2 days, but yeah, weird weekend. So the chicken bones that Bill found on our property on Thursday, I assumed somebody was attempting to do something nefarious, although it was extremely weak. I wasn't familiar with that kind of magic, but one of the things that hexameisters do is when we find something that we believe has been verhexed, what you do is you boil it in salt water. Just boil it for like an hour in salt water. You'll have to keep adding water though. That completely negates the magic. You can add vinegar if you like. That will do it as well. Um, so there you go. So the thing that made me mad about that though was that like my dog could have choked on the bones. So what I did today was I was taking a walk. I had the bones. Like I still have the bones. They're out in my greenhouse. Not sure what I'm going to do with them yet. Some suggestions were for me to bury them, which I may still do. Um, I don't know. I'm not sure yet. I don't really know any magic involving bones. Um, so anyway, that happened. Then I was taking a walk today, and I was going through a wooded area. There's a little field kind of near my house, and there's woods surrounding it. And I was walking through there, and I came across a dead snake, and it was probably like 3 feet long, but it was kind of carnage. I mean, you could see the snake skin and the bones in there, but it was like kind of ripped apart. And we have foxes in the area, and we also have a lot of hawks. So I'm assuming that's what did it. Probably a hawk, because they kind of like tend to rip things apart. Um, but it sparked this idea in my mind, so I collected part of this like snake skin with the bones in it, and I took it home and I made a petition for the person who did the chicken bones. um, I boiled the snake skin with the petition in it, and then I have the. It's kind of like a. I have a bunch of iron, like little iron cauldrons with lids, and I only ever use them once, and then I dispose of them because they're not very expensive. So that currently has that like foul, festering snake decay water and the petition in it. Um, and I'll eventually dispose of that somewhere. But for now, that's Hexenmeister work. Like, folk magic is not pretty. Um, it's not lovey-dovey. It's not light and love. And I think some people think that it is. And so when they come to it, for example, I watch a lot of videos about various American folk magic, specifically traditions. And so it's easy to find a lot of like hoodoo videos. And one of the videos I watched was a hoodoo from Baltimore. And I know Baltimore has a large hoodoo um, community, I guess. It used to have two hoodoo shops, like one, just down the street from each other. I don't know if they're still there. But so I watched this video, and this woman was being interviewed by like maybe like a local news or newspaper kind of situation, and she was like, "Yeah, hoodoo's all about finding spiritual balance and meditation and inner peace and your connection to the earth." And I was just thinking like that's not the hoodoo I know about. I mean, I'm not a hoodoo practitioner, never can be, but I I'm kind of obsessed with learning about it because it's so interesting to me. But and somebody once said to me about powwowing, and I was trying to like put it into words, and sometimes I struggle with that. And the person I was talking to was like, "Well, let me just help you out. It's just about spirituality. It's about finding inner peace." And I, I thought, no, no, it's not that at all. Um, Folk magic is not that. Folk magic is using what you have on hand because you're in a tough spot and you need to get out of it. Folk magic is born out of struggles and poverty and oppression in some way, shape, or form. And, sometimes you're going to use a rattlesnake, or, well, I can't say rattlesnake, but probably a copperhead, because that's what we have around here. A copperhead corpse, even a gardener snake or whatever it was called. Sometimes you're going to use a snake corpse to send shit back on people that are trying to intimidate you. That's folk magic. And, some might argue, well, that's not Christianity. It's very much Christianity. Look, like, in the Bible, you'll see all kinds of awful things that God is doing to people or teaching people to do to each other. Like Jeremiah, God literally teaches Jeremiah how to curse an entire city full of people with a clay pot and nothing more than that. And the act of smashing it into, obliterating it into millions of pieces to enact the curse on these people. That's magic. That's folk magic. So yeah, today was just strange. And then when I was up here, just like 30 minutes ago, Blair's laying on the floor behind me, and Sophie came up, but she kept like going at the door, like the door hinge, like where the door meets the wall, and she was like poking at it, because sometimes she behaves like a cat. And I have several framed pictures just leaning against the wall there. So when I thought maybe she was after like a bug or something. When I moved the pictures aside, there was a little tiny baby mouse. And Josani and I got a box, and I said, let's get him in the box and take him outside. And that quick, Sophie got him. This poor little baby mouse, she got it, and it wasn't good. So we put him in the box and put that in the trash outside. I mean, the poor thing, I felt bad for it, but we live in a house that's over 100 years old. We have a lot of fields and gardens and everything else. And I'm not afraid of mice. I grew up with my grandparents, and they had a house in the country with gardens and such around it. And so you would see mice out in the fields and such, and once in a while in the house. It's just part of life. So, yeah, we see mice out in the garden all the time. And we have a pond out there, and it has a big pile of rock that the water kind of circulates through, and mice live in there, so the dogs go crazy about it. But anyway, I felt bad for the little guy, because he was like this big and he was terrified, and we tried to rescue him, but Sophie just too quick. She's our mouser dog. So anyway, weird day. It was just like all this, like there was chicken bones, there were snakes, there were mice. I mean, it was just kind of an interesting day. But yeah, if you ever find something suspicious on your property, or well, I guess on your property, and you feel like maybe somebody's trying to hex you, don't panic. Just take care of it. I have so much going on in my life protection wise, and so much on my property and my family, that whatever that attempt may have been, it's not going to do anything. And I actually have a friend, she's a professor, and she's a hoodoo practitioner. She's African American, like she's legit the thing. And she said she does not really believe that was hoodoo being used. Maybe more like an Instagram Wicca hoodoo kind of person, thinking they're trying to like be something, but there was no power to it. And my main concern was my dog choking him, because chicken bones can splinter very easily. But anyway, I did what I had to do to like send it back. There's the mouser dog right there. See her lurking around like a cat. But yeah, weird day. But don't ever, like, if your goal is love and light and happiness and balance and self awareness or whatever, then the new age is for you. But folk traditions are not for you, because there can be some not so nice things about it. And it's all in a day in the life of a Hexenmeister. So there we go. Overall, it was a great day, though. The weather was nice. It was pretty mild. Could have been a little bit cooler, but fall is coming. So one more day of summer. Then next weekend, I'm going to decorate for Halloween. And I hope everyone's having a nice weekend. I really do. Despite the ugliness going on in the world, and especially in the United States, I hope we can all still find time to have a minute to ourselves and just do something that makes us feel good. Protect yourself when you have to. Send it back always. And then make time to be with your kids, your spouse, your pets, in your sanctum sanctorum, and just find a moment of happiness. So that's it. God bless you guys. I love you all very much, and we'll talk again really soon.